Booyah. Yo, what is good, everybody? Uh,
How American people feeling today?
Holy shit, we fuck. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I gotta introduce this guy. His very special guest. Uh, he actually made a special trip down here. But yeah,
From
ladies and
Hawaii?
gentlemen, man, I'm so like I don't know. I can't express the words in my mouth that he's here with me in the same room, Mr. President. Oh, actually, former president.
Yeah, former.
President.
I'm not gonna keep. I
Hey,
can't. I can't.
Obama, man, come on, bro. Let me do this.
Uh,
Mr. Former President himself. President, former. What the fuck? I'm stumbling. Fucking Mr. Obama.
yeah. I'm trying my best to. Dude, it's so hard to keep conversation with it. Whenever you see me do it, I have certain things I have to like say to keep me on track. With that voice, but no, what he was. It's funny because I naturally have the same cadence as Obama. So
Yeah.
that's what you guys are actually hearing. Because what happened was when I was trying to do when I was figuring out how to do my cadence on stage, I would slow it down and I realized, you slow it down, have your pauses. But then I was at this mic in Sacramento called Vince's, and then
Yeah.
somebody interrupted me for the third time. He's like, "No, he does sound like Obama." And I got pissed off, so I was like, "What?" And then I asked him, and then they kept saying I sound like Obama. So then I just dedicated the rest of my set talking like him, and then
Oh, okay.
and then
That's the origins of it.
yeah. So it wasn't a good night on how I discovered it, but then it sucked because Trump was becoming president.
Oh, okay,
So it's
okay.
like I discovered that I had this ability to talk like him, but so it kind of sucked because now if I talk about Obama, I have to like tie in Trump somehow, and so it sucks because like I have the voice. I'm still trying to figure out how I can milk it, but like I don't. But people still like Obama, so
That's what's up. You know what? Let's fucking let's fucking start this over.
I just wanted to get that on the. That's the origin of how I found
Let
out.
me give you a proper introduction, bro. Oh man, well, welcome in
Uh,
everybody. That was a shitty intro right there, but I'm gonna do it a second time around. Anyway, fucking, we got a local comedian in the house and a beat maker too.
yeah.
Fucking from the 209 Modesto area, we got motherfucking Neiko Martinez. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just
Fuck, bro, you do sound like him, man.
yeah, it's the
It's
cadence,
fucking
man. It's not my
crazy.
voice. You're hearing the cadence
That is crazy.
because Obama talks like this, and now you just gotta like. It's like you gotta talk like your tongue in the back of your throat and like hit
Oh,
high
hey,
points every now and then.
easy with that tongue, man.
Yeah, if you say American people understand the stipulations of the situation,
Easy.
certain things he says a lot will
Yeah,
keep you
yeah,
on. It's a super easy. It's just gonna have a bassy voice and like
yeah.
it's the cadence you're hearing.
Well, well, shit, bro. You know what? Fucking, we met like what was that last summer at a showcase? Actually, here at 823, we met there for the
Yeah,
first
that's
time. That's where I met you, and
yeah,
man, you're a pretty funny guy, man. And basically, I wanted to bring you in because we have something in common in terms of like in the music side of things. Because not only you do comedy, but you know you mess around with music.
yeah. Actually, I think I do music more tthan comedy, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw the connection there, and I was like, oh shit, like because I ended up following you on Instagram, and you it was like, oh shit, he's messing with a NPC. I was like, okay, that's what's up. You know, maybe we can link up one of these days, and then boom, uh, you know, you hit me up to do your beats and tables.
yeah. That was crazy. I don't remember when I had no idea you were a DJ, and
Yeah, yeah.
then my friend was like, "Kex, I've been following him on Twitter forever," and I was like, he tells jokes. I didn't know he does that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and you know what? I much respect on that because I appreciate that, man. Like you reached out to me and had me, you know, be on the first one, and which was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that, man. That
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, I can't like. It's hard for me to like sit here and like when people say, "Oh, it's like," because like I couldn't like I recently in the last year discovered a lot of people that do like either scratching or they do beats to where like I think it was between you and two other people. That's why I was able to do the first show
yeah,
because I finally found enough people like, oh shit, we can like because you know how it is. A lot of people they'll DJ but they don't really scratch. They just
yeah,
do the whole like press play or they'll make beats but they don't actually do beat sets. They'll do the
press play.
no, like they'll
Controllers.
well they'll play their beats, but then they'll hit the kick and the snare, and it'll just be dubbed, and they don't actually do a beat set.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple guys I met that had like an SP, where like you could do a lot with those.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, man. Shit, how long you been doing the beat making thing?
I started back in like 2012.
2012. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when I first got Free Loops. I spent like 7 hours using every single sound I could find. Yeah, I think I spent 7 hours making like 2 beats.
So what's your setup right now? What's
Right now,
yeah.
I'm mostly. Is that us?
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Well, yeah. This is going perfectly. My phone is going off. Oh well. Let me fucking.
Shit, I probably should turn mine off. Too.
Yeah, I just totally forgot about that. Oh man. Yeah, good times, good times. But
no, right now I'm using I mostly use MPC Essentials and Free Loops, and then for recording purposes I'll use GarageBand. And on top of that, I have this keyboard that I use, but I don't actually use the keyboard in the sense of playing and recording it like that. But I'll find chords that I like, and then I'll bounce it to my MPC, and then I'll play the keys that way. Mm-hmm. That's the way I found for me, because I can kind of play the keys in a hip hop sense.
Okay.
But I don't know how to actually play.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, yeah. Free Loops, I mean, MPC, you could, because I sample heavy, so like you don't really need anything like I know a lot of people feel like they need to upgrade their DAWs, but I'm like, if you're just sampling, it really is. It's you can technically. I actually, when I first started sampling, I was using Audacity.
Oh, really?
And sampling that way.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you got drums in the sample, you technically could just copy and paste that one.
Right. Man, that's cool, man. And then like you do comedy on the side too, right?
Yeah.
How long you been doing that?
2015. So.
Okay, yeah. Few years?
5 years now. It's coming up 5 years.
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you how did that work out? What made you get into that?
Oh, I found that shit out by accident. I used to go to this open mic, try to, because I used to rap back in the day in a group, Dead Potential, and we were trying to
what's the name?
Dead Potential.
Dead Potential.
Yeah. So the funny thing,
did it have potential?
I mean, it's still around. We just me and my buddy got together and we performed for the first time in like a few years.
Yeah.
But the funny part about comedy is I started making beats, and then I was like, oh fuck, I want people to hear these beats. So then I started rapping on them, and I didn't want to be a rapper, but that's the only way I knew how people could hear my beats in person. And then we went to this place called Speakeasy, where he would either put us up front or make us wait till the end. And then we would kick it there for a year, and then that's when I met all the comedians that I know from back in the day. And then, because I didn't know anything about stand-up comedy other than watching it, I didn't know you could just go sign up and do it. And then after a while, I think the first year before the year before I even did comedy, I had a whole page full of jokes I was going to do. And then how I actually got into it was I was in Ripon, and there's this other open mic where I pretty much just got drunk and just went up. Because enough people after a while kept seeing me, like they kept thinking I was a comedian when I wasn't, and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I found out about comedy by accident.
Yeah. It wasn't like so and so inspired me. I got into comedy.
No, I felt like shit about it for the longest time, because I was like, I feel like everybody has that story.
Yeah,
like,
20-minute story.
Yeah, or like even with music, I do honestly, a lot of things I got into is because I I saw somebody else doing it, and
Yeah.
it wasn't the stereotypical thought of like, oh, I could do this better than them, but it was just like, oh, I had no idea I could do this because even with music, one guy wanted to record, and he hit me up. He's like, "Yeah, can I use your room?" And then he downloaded Audacity on my laptop and plugged his mic in, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, I didn't know anything about it, and he only used one feature on it, and there was a whole bunch of other shit.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, the comedy thing though,
You just stumbled upon it and shit.
yeah, because I in my understanding, I thought comedy was it was one of those things that you had to be like. In my head, I was like, oh fuck, these people are so good. They were just chosen for this. Like I didn't know that
Yeah.
there was a process of getting to that point.
Right. Right.
But no, I've been yeah, I always tell people I feel like even if nothing happens, kind of like I'm probably gonna keep doing this till if I'm 90 years old and can get on a stage, I'm probably still gonna tell a joke.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of almost similar too because I
Yeah,
mean,
how'd you yeah.
well, I mean, I've been a fan of comedy, but no one really like inspired me or anything. I actually I got inspired by a podcast. I don't know if you heard Kill Tony, the Kill Tony
Yeah, yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, they do the Tony Hinchcliffe does that one, and then because he brings on like different comedians. They do 1 minute sets, and they'll critique the different like comics. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
that shit
then
looks brutal.
yeah,
Wait, that's what inspired you is watching him
well,
destroy the comics?
no, no, it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like because they bring in other comedians, like well-known comedians,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like critique them, and then they talk about like, okay, what you need to get into comedy, like okay, hit up the mics, make sure you get stage time, and then and the little nuances and stuff. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can give it a try. Maybe hit up some mics in town. And there weren't a whole lot of mics in town here. And the first one that I hit up was Blackwater. I don't know if you've been to that one or heard
Yeah,
about it.
back in the day.
Yeah.
I know they're done now, right?
No,
As a
well,
business?
no, they're still there. They're still there. It's mainly musicians. Um, and they did have comedy, but some shit went down. I don't know if you know that whole story, but
It sounds like the same story with all because our whole area is scattered with mostly music mics that let us do comedy,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then comedians fuck it up for the rest of us. And like, well, no, because comedy. I mean, I get it. Like, if you're just a comedian, it's very easy to think oh, I don't want to do anything other than the material that I have.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you know what? The explanation with that whole thing, the Blackwater thing was that all right, somebody said a dick joke or some shit, and then they got banned. Some a customer complained, but prior to that person going up, you heard a person singing about "I want to cut myself."
no, this is the shit that I. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Because like, no, that's that dude. That only makes sense. Because we at Modesto we have a mic where it's like you could literally either do something like that, talk like you could talk about being like raped in a poem or something. And I'm not
You're
saying
not
that like
condoning it, no.
no, I'm not saying it's like I'm not talking shit on people that are expressing
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah, yeah.
But then in the same light, like a dick joke is gonna like destroy your whole day. But then
Right, right.
no, but it's kind of shitty because
But you know what I'm saying? It's entertainment, though. It's like, come on, man. I mean, somebody just sang a song about cutting himself or herself or whatever. Like, what's the fucking difference? Some.
well, I think there's definitely a big difference.
Well, well, I mean, there. I think it's. I mean, you have a point, I think, and then, but you know what
Well,
I'm
because
saying? Like, you're a customer there. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna expect? It's music and yeah, possibly
well,
a
I mean,
comedian.
anybody that's gonna be offended by a dig. I mean, how bad was the dig joke?
Oh, you know what? I don't know.
Was he talking about it in a sense of like assaulting somebody, or was
Nah,
it just
I
your
don't.
average
I
dig joke?
wasn't there. I didn't hear it, but
Oh, okay.
that was pretty much like, you know what I'm saying. The customer complained, and then I guess she went to the owner, and then the owner was like, oh, okay, like we can't do this anymore.
Yeah, that's hella shitty that it takes one person to be offended.
But
And
see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
no, I mean that's our problem though is we don't have a well you actually okay my bad I'm corrected though because we there are a lot of comedy mics now in Stockton but we don't have enough of a comedy outlets at least to where like this is we're here for comedy. It's usually we're like we have to abide by like the rules
Yeah.
of because we get a lot of mics like that. Especially there's one Queen Bee in Modesto that it's not a bad mic. It's just
I haven't been there. Is it pretty cool?
oh it's definitely not bad. I've just been going there for years,
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm like
I gotta go. I gotta go there.
no. I will admit if you go there during when it's warmer, like there is a good crowd.
Yeah.
Like if you're not there all the time, there's the problems. They see me do poetry, they see me do rapping, they've seen me
Yeah.
do jokes. So like they're my relationship with the Queen Bean, it's all over the place. Well, no, it's just like they
Bro, come on, hook it up. Like, get me on there, bro.
it's an open
Do it.
mic. It's yeah, no, no, I definitely recommend checking it out though.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Especially if they've never seen you.
yeah,
You have a way, but now they see me go up there drunk, just ranting about nothing.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's what's up, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like recently, yeah, there's mics now in town here, been popping up, and I've talked about this on the previous podcast that the scene is definitely growing. I've kind of seen it evolve sometime last year, like in the springtime, and it's good to see. I mean, shit, because prior to that, like there was really nothing. Like
yeah,
like if you were a comedian, you would have to go out of town, and
no, that's where before because it was like 2017 or 2016 is when I kind of dipped out and took a break.
yeah,
But coming back, I came back right when you guys started building all the mics and all that to where that
yeah,
was the issue for a while where
yeah,
I would have to go to either the Bay Area or Sacramento.
yeah,
And then that's kind of where it's a lot of gas money. But now it's cool because like Stockton is not.
yeah.
It's not that. It. I will admit, we. I mean,
Spit it out.
well, no, I would like there to be a better sense of what do you call it?
Come on, Obama, say it, bro.
No, but like there's like better opportunity because like it's great we have mics, but then sometimes it's just like well, it might be like not the best crowd or whatnot, or it like like
Yeah,
Finnegan's is definitely a great spot to work on your material, but then it's like you have like a room full of like 20 people, but they're in the back not paying attention.
yeah, yeah.
That's where my issue is, but it's not really on anybody particular. It's more so just like on the I think our
There, yeah, you get a lot of majority of the people there. I mean, it's a bar. They want to go
yeah.
drink and shit, and it's like it's hit or miss. It's like whoever we can you know get inside pretty much like to watch us do our thing. Um,
I think if we had a comedy club in the Central Valley, I think that could change a lot.
a
Because
legit.
yeah, I think if people were to go into the comedy club, then they're like, oh shit, like we're here for comedy. So then our whole like for example, when we do when there's shows here,
Yeah.
they're here for comedy, so it creates a way better outlet to try to be funny instead of like, all right, I'm talking to people that are just here for the bar, or they're just here for coffee. They're just here for
Right.
something. They're always here for something else. That
Yeah.
I guess that's where like,
Yeah, I see your point, but
yeah,
I think in due time, I think if the scene starts to progress, I think eventually somebody will come up with something. Right now, I think it's still fairly new that we're still trying to figure things out. But I hope it's on the right path though.
no, I fuck with Stockton. Because
Yeah,
Modesto, we have good shows. There's just not a lot of open mics.
yeah, 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 man.
Yeah, we get a lot of the music mics.
Yeah, fuck, man. Like how do you feel about your material now versus like when you got started and shit? Like, are you like you feel like you're progressing?
Oh yeah, oh sure, yeah, definitely. No, it's just funny.
Yeah,
No, because it definitely it's weird because like I went through a phase of like when I first started, like it was a lot of just like me just off the cuff, like telling more stories that are more real rather than being a joke.
Yeah.
But then I got better at joke writing, but then I lost sight of like how to actually to be funny. But then now I'm at a point where like um I don't know, man. It's just definitely whatever.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. Yeah,
Yeah. No.
that was a weird way to say it. No, I just I'm
No.
just at a point where like, damn, like I don't. Sometimes I feel like even with like music too. Sometimes it's like there's that balance of like letting life happen, and then
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because with comedy, it's like you if you don't if you're not living life, you have nothing to talk about.
Right.
So then, but I'm not at a point where like I'm so successful that I'm just taking planes and I'm just doing those jokes.
Yeah. No, I feel you. It's like it's one of those things where yeah, like you said, you gotta live life and have a certain experience.
Well, here I figured it out. This is what I was trying to say. Because my jokes are definitely a lot more reflective on who I am as a person. So sometimes when my jokes are hitting,
Yeah.
and it's based off of this like terrible like whether it be like my piece of shit car or like these bad decisions that I made in life and that I'm trying to fix. That it's like it's a weird thing about comedy. Like, oh shit, like almost like the more negative things in your life
Yeah,
will hit harder. But then part of me's thinking like, damn, like you guys are laughing at this, and like I guess I want you guys to laugh at this, but now like me as a person, like, god damn, what does that even say about me?
yeah.
But no, it's that's why I try my best to just treat comedy as like a therapeutic, like
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I feel you.
instead of just telling a joke for like a knock knock sake.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's yeah, it's I agree. It's 100% because like our life is that's basically what it is. Like we're pretty much telling our jokes, versus having to go to a therapist. Like shit, we don't have to pay. Shit, fuck going to the therapist. Pay $100 and shit.
well, shit, I don't know, man. Depending on how many cities you're trying to hit, you're spending that much in gas.
Right. Oh man. Shit, man. You be watching the news and shit?
No, I actually go out of my way not to.
Not to? Fuck,
Well,
man.
my issue, I was talking to somebody about that, is like there's not enough, unless I'm not putting in the effort defining them, there's not
Yeah.
enough sources that are just going to get, I just want facts.
Yeah.
Just tell me, oh, this person shot that person or this person got like, then I can decide for myself. But then once I start watching it or reading your article where you have an agenda that you're scattering throughout, even if I agree with your agenda, it just turns me off. I'm just like, I want to know, like, I don't know. It just, and then on top of that, we like when Trump became president, and a lot of the news was focused on him. I told myself not to watch it just because I know how crazy he sounds. But then when I actually try to watch
Yeah.
stuff that he's saying that people are upset about, I get the frustration. I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, because I'm just saying about this whole fucking Iran thing.
oh, the
Like,
World War
yeah,
III.
like are we gonna go into a World War III? You think?
I mean, I have no.
No opinions.
I really don't have I guess. Well, no, I have an opinion on it. I just don't know if it's backed by anything. But it's like I just have a feeling that it's probably going to be like a Cold War like situation.
Mhm.
Is that the right one? Where there was supposed to be a major conflict, but it never happened.
Oh, shit, I don't even know my history. I'm bad at history.
I
Even though I love history, but shit, is that what it was? Cold War with the Korean War? Is that or the Russia?
that was like was it not John F. Kennedy, was it?
We're-
Or see, I got to tell
we're
you, I don't.
horrible.
I told you my opinion isn't based off anything other than like
God damn.
my
We
intuition.
skipped class, so we skipped that subject back in the day.
This is why we're comedians and.
No, I'm just saying, like, fuck, like, is this gonna erupt into some shit, or I don't think so.
I know.
These fuckers are like playing video games, man. These you're just shooting like different shit, taking down people, man. I don't know, man. It's
I don't.
crazy.
Yeah, I think there'd be more. There's probably going to be a. I think we have a better. There's a greater chance of there being a resolution rather than like conflict. But then again, I don't.
Yeah, I guess anything can happen.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is like I don't like. We. I mean, we're in the middle of wars right now as we speak. So they're just disguised as like we're spreading democracy throughout the world. But then what happens when they decided to like, we don't want this here?
Preach on, bro.
Yeah.
Preach on, bro.
See, this is why I don't like, dude. I mean, I hate, dude. No, I love that I know how to talk like Obama. I just don't know how to use it in my life. Like, how do I make this a thing? Like, do I? Because everybody does Barack
Hey,
Obama.
dude, you should do the Barack reading fucking Sesame Street or fucking Dr. Seuss.
Oh,
Try one right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sesame.
Dr. Seuss or
Yeah, I was gonna
something.
say doctor would be easier.
The doctor in a hat or the hat and the cat.
Now, Barack does like his green eggs and ham.
Ah, there you go. That's what I was looking for.
But when the cat in the hat comes around,
What happened?
thing one, thing two, and I don't know what happened. Like, it's so like I need a script to go off of. It's like
yeah. No, for real. We should have brought in a script.
yeah, it's so hard to talk like him because like you gotta like
Oh, man.
it's like a roller coaster. You gotta hit these highs. And then
You know
go
what?
back down
I got it, bro. I got an idea. Barack Obama doing audio description on porn.
Oh, dude.
That's
All right, we're gonna save this for another day. No, I'm down to explore what we could do with this because I have the ability to do his voice. It's just it sucks because like I try to do it in comedy, but then like the only thing I could think of to talk about is like
Man, just imagine if he was doing the voices on those auto description on porn. Right now, he's putting in his penis into her vagina or something. I don't know.
I'm not gonna get to that. Like I said, we'll save that for another.
Yeah, that's another show.
That's funny though. That's
man, you do it better, way better. I'm just
dude. It's like I told you, somebody heckled me and interrupted my whole set to tell me that I sound like Obama. So my feelings towards it aren't like the best.
Man, have you ever bombed? Well, I'm pretty sure you have, but like
I just bombed twice last night.
like you remember the first time you bombed? Like was that the worst feeling in the world? Like, fuck,
Well, technically, the first year of bombing, I didn't think was bombing until, but my
Barack's in deep thought right now.
well, no, I mean, there's plenty. Like, I no longer feel cringy about it.
Yeah,
Like,
but well, after a while, like that's how I felt about it. Like the first time, it was like I was a little worried, but after a while, that what I'm saying, like when it happens so much, like
yeah.
you don't give a fuck anymore. It's like fuck,
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Yeah.
Because you have
It
to
depends
care.
how
You
look
have to
at it.
care enough to not bomb, but sometimes you go in with the energy like I don't give a fuck and it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
But I think that's just reading the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
No, but I can't recall the first time I bombed,
yeah.
which it probably was every single time in the first year. Because I used to just get like obliterated before going on stage. It took me like a good couple years to finally be like, I gotta do this shit sober. So
yeah, about that. Like, do you smoke a little something before you go on, drink or what, or do you go there with a clear head, clear mind, or what? Like, how do you approach it? What do you do to get ready for the pregame?
depending on my funds, I like to say that I go sober and then I don't turn down anything that gets off. It's like, oh, there's a blunt. All right, fuck. Well, no, with open mic, I don't know. With open mics, I just leave it up to the moment. Like, if I have weed, I want to get high. If I don't,
Yeah.
I prefer to be sober though when I'm on stage entirely.
You know what? I think that's
Weed will fumble me enough to where it no longer serves any kind of purpose.
it fucking fucked me a couple times. I took an edible one time.
Well,
and
yeah, you're supposed to take a couple puffs, not an edible.
like, no, I know, but like either one, like it kind of messes my flow up too. But I happened to take an edible one time, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't have a.
The issue I run into is like
Okay.
I think what you talk about, you should live it. So like if you have weed jokes, I have plenty of weed jokes to where I feel like I should be able to go up there high
Yeah.
and do my bits regardless. But it if it's an open mic, I don't think about it too much.
Yeah,
Now if it's
okay.
showcase, I definitely will just be sober and wait till
Yeah, that's how I would approach. I guess depend on the moment. I guess whatever you're feeling that day. I guess.
because I don't think weed helps anybody on stage. I think it might help relax your nerves, but
Mm-hmm.
now if you're trying to like think 10 steps ahead during your set, that's where you might
run into trouble.
Yeah, because I like that ability when you're sober. You can like be in the middle of a joke, but then you're ready to set up the next joke. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, for sure. They're like clear headed and shit.
but yeah,
Yeah. What's your favorite strand?
what was that?
Your favorite strand? Strain.
Oh yeah, I was
Strain.
okay. I thought
Strand.
okay. You made me feel like I was like
No,
I was like
I'm
I didn't want to ask a third time. I was like okay, you just
high. I'm high. Shit.
all
What the fuck
right.
am I smoking?
I guess okay. So I can
What's Nico smoking these days?
to further double down on how much I don't know shit, but I have opinions. I thought OG Kush was a sativa. Did I even say that right? See, okay. I know not to say it with the sta, but then I do because then I'm like, no, okay. I thought it was a sativa, and for years I always, oh yeah, I like Granddaddy Perk for indica and OG. Come to find out, OG Kush is indica. So no, I would just definitely say,
What was break down the difference? Indica sativa is what body high, brain high.
are you asking for a friend or
No, 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 no,
I know
no.
this sounds joking.
No, no, no.
Well, yeah, indica is just that couch lock,
Mhm.
or you can't feel your feet,
Yeah.
and
Body.
see that's the thing though. People don't like that feeling, but that's where I'm like, oh, if I could feel it in my shins, then like I like the body high,
Okay, that's the
but
indica.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just found out the reason why I prefer not to smoke sativa in public, which I thought I like sativa if I'm gonna do like music or something where I'm gonna be stuck.
Yeah,
But
boy.
I just found out that it makes you it can cause more anxiety because it's giving you that energy. And
Okay.
I always wondered why certain weed would make me feel like, but yeah. So
Oh yeah, paranoid or fucking apprehensive or whatever.
yeah, but I mean, no, I like OG Kush and
That's,
Perp.
yeah.
And Trainwreck, I don't know if I like it for nostalgia reasons of just like it was the first strain that I came across.
Yeah.
But I do like actually, you know what? Sour Diesel is probably one of my better like flavor wise.
Oh really?
Honestly, I like all weed. It doesn't matter.
Like, what's the point of like running down the list?
Yeah, I'm such a like I could be a connoisseur about it, but like I'm just like, dude, if I sit here and act like I'm not trying to just get high, like that's the issue. I just like to get high. So, like,
Yeah.
but I know, I mean, yeah, I could talk about weed, but
Yeah. But here's another bit. I thought about maybe a sketch like fucking Obama fucking going down the list of different different strains and shit.
now Obama does like his swishers.
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, Barack. What about the sour diesel purple? How do you feel about that?
I have not yet come across that one. No,
OG Kush. What about OG Kush?
I can't do it. We're gonna. That's what I'm saying. Like if we sit here and like rehearse it and like go over certain
No,
points,
we're freestyling.
yeah.
It's all good, man.
I can't freestyle. Have you ever noticed people when they're trying to if you ever see people trying to freestyle with Obama, like actually rap with
Yeah.
his voice, you notice they never keep the voice going. It's really hard to,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they
you have
fucking
to
end up losing.
pretty much hold a lot of your voice back and then just it's almost like muffling a trumpet to where like when you're trying to go, with a faster pace,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, man.
no, what's
Yeah.
your favorite? Do you have a favorite strain?
You know what? Was Granddaddy Kush one of them?
Granddaddy could. I mean, I'm sure it's mixed. They probably have one
some
out
OG
there.
or some. There was one that I had like. I think that was one of the names, but shit, I don't even know. It might, yeah, it might have been mixed.
Talking about Candy Kush?
No, I don't think it was that. It was. This was years ago, man. That fucking.
See, that's
that,
my
that fucking got me good.
That's my only issue with weed nowadays is everybody's on the hybrids, which I'm not against hybrids, but like to me, it's like, dude, if you just stick to the normal strains, they're the most potent. Once you start crossing them, it's like you don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not the same high. It's like it tastes good and it smells good, but it doesn't stick the same.
Yeah, yeah.
But then again, I guess some people don't mind that because they want to go to work, and see that's my issue. I just like to get high. Like, there's no like
no way around it.
It sucks too because like I feel like I never can moderate it. It's like it's either too like it's not enough or it's like because like if I'm working a job where like I don't have a break for 2 hours,
Yeah.
I find the need to like power smoke and get too high for like 30 minutes, but then I know it'll last the 2 hours.
Right.
But then that first 30 minutes is fucking insane.
Yeah. Well, I think you're fucking you're definitely a pro at it. I think me like I'm fucking.
I wouldn't say maybe more of an addict, but
Yeah, yeah. No, well, cause like I do it like here and there. You know, I'm not like the typical weed head or whatever.
no, you
But
gotta keep it that way.
yeah, fucking yeah. You know, I like it. I like it. You
You
know.
don't want to start getting to the point where you're like, let me see how high I can get and still function. Like, no, it's possible. It's easy. It's just because I went through a phase of eating edibles at
Yeah.
work because I didn't want to smoke.
Oh, okay.
Because at the last job I had, the parking lot was like by the time you get to the car, you have to go back. So then I started doing edibles, but then that shit got scary because like I
Yeah.
I started dropping like 200 at once.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
that's all I'm saying, dude.
Costly.
It's funny people that don't smoke heavy are like, oh, I wish I could do that. It's like, no, man, like keep it where because you can still enjoy weed. Like I'm
Right.
convinced that anybody that's a constant weed smoker every day, they can't enjoy the same as somebody that smokes like once a week or maybe a couple times here and there
Yeah.
because you're able to get the full high.
Right.
That's why I'll take breaks every now and then.
What
Otherwise,
about vape? You vape?
no,
No. You don't fuck
not
with that?
well. I actually, my bad. I do vape if somebody has one, but I try my best not to do it too much because I feel like it's got a like I'll burn my throat from smoking a blunt and I'll be fine, but like those fucking pens, dude. I feel like whatever they put in it, it sticks on your throat and it just has this
Oh,
not
okay.
natural because I know they have to liquefy it. They have to otherwise if you notice real wax,
Mhm.
it gets really thick. So those pens would get clogged up if there wasn't something that made it more
Yeah, makes sense.
watered down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no way they would last past like 5 hits.
Okay. Shit, man. Shit. Fucking Nico Martinez, yo.
Shit, I guess I
Fucking
guess I
fucking
know a little.
connoisseur right here, man. Got the connoisseur right here.
No,
Ah,
ugh.
shit, bro. Crazy. How's your life going so far?
This,
This year. The
this year
how
so
yeah,
far,
how's it going
oh,
so far?
nothing bad's happened so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. That's what's up, man. You ready for you uh tuning in into the playoffs, NFL playoffs?
Oh yeah. That's one thing that I have paying attention to.
Who do you like?
Oh, I'm a Ravens fan. So this is a very odd year. We're usually the underdogs that everybody respects and likes, but
Yeah.
now that they're the best team in the NFL.
Whoa, best thing.
Well, no,
Huh?
just by record, just by record.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, based off general opinion that everybody's they're the fucking favorite because Lamar Jackson and shit.
yeah.
But it's funny too because now I find myself in more arguments online because now I've never had to actually do. Now I get why I know what it feels like to be like a Patriots fan, to where you have to,
Defend yourself.
yeah, it's like yeah. At the end of the day, I know Lamar's not the best quarterback, but he's not technically the best quarterback. Technically, I'd rather have Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, yeah.
But in football terms, if we're talking about a team sport, I'd rather have Lamar Jackson. But
No, he's good.
I just hate that. My bad. I went off topic. Yeah, the playoffs because people they do that shit where they want to argue individual, but it's like you can't argue Peyton versus Tom when they had 50 other people on their team
Yeah,
and coaches influenced the outcome of the game. Because who knows what if Peyton Manning was on the Patriots and Tom Brady was on the Colts.
Oh yeah, it's one of those
Yeah,
arguments. Yeah.
but no, I think right now the football is exciting for the fact that it's not at the NBA level where they're just forming super teams.
Yeah. But bro, who you got? Who you guys got? Fucking Tennessee? Is that what it is? What it is? Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, I'm not too excited about that game.
Is Ingram playing?
Yeah, but he might not be fully healthy. And
Dude, I heard that fucking they shouldn't play him because he's gonna re-aggravate that calf. Should
And,
they play him? What do you think? Should they play him?
no, because our backup's not too bad, and Ingram for the long term of next year, it might be like a Kevin Durant situation where he might get fully injured and then it'll just fuck shit up later.
Yeah.
But I don't think they need him that bad to the point where they need to pull him in like that. But I mean, I don't know the full extent of what's going on with him. My only concern is just the fact that we can't stop the run that well. And against the Niners, they had issues with Morset.
Hell yeah.
Morset was fucking them up. And Derrick Henry, he's just I think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
Because the Ravens, I don't think they had a streak for like a month in November when they were just blowing teams out by like 40 points.
Yeah. Well, I think it. Um, fucking scouting reports. Um, you know, people are playing tighter towards the end. They got shit to play for. Um,
I will say that's the thing the Ravens have going for them is they have depth, so they're able to like Ingram doesn't have to be the take every down. There's Gus Edwards, and then on top of that, Lamar Jackson fucking runs half the time.
yeah, but man, I can't wait for tomorrow for my Niners though.
Seahawks,
Seahawks,
right? Who are they playing?
Vikings, bro.
Oh, dude, my bad.
Man,
I guess-
somebody's hot here.
Who laced my drink? No, I thought they were playing. Oh, my bad.
Oh, it's Vikings, bro.
I just feel like, dude,
fucking Seahawks and Green Bay. They got yeah. It's been
that's the problem. I think most Niner fans talk to me about the Seahawks, so I assumed they were playing.
No, it's Vikings. I'm curious more or less about the defense because we're supposedly getting Quan, D Ford, Tart. So that's gonna be.
I don't know, man. The Vikings might upset them though, because the Vikings are so low key right now. And as long as I feel like Dalvin Cook is the heart and soul of that team, to where if he gets the ball like 30 times a game,
I see your point. Actually, a lot of the media outlets are saying that. Oh yeah, they're actually not giving the Niners respect, and I hope they prove them wrong because
who's saying this?
I don't know. I was just seeing some shit online, but I don't know, man. Like I think I think we stick to our game plan and fucking put up points early on the board and shit. Um, I mean, Kirk Cousins is not
He's a
really
game.
he's not a mobile quarterback.
No, but
like
he's
a
a
Lamar Jackson.
he's a game manager. That's all I'm saying. If Dalvin Cook controls the game, then if Kirk Cousins has to put the team on his back, they're not going to win.
Yeah.
But they do have Stephon Diggs. They do have Adam Thielen. They do have Kevin Rudolph. So like they have weapons on that team.
No, definitely for sure. But if we get if we get pressure, if we can put pressure on Kirk Cousins, then shit, man, he's gonna be flat on his ass.
But I think it's going to be Niners Ravens Super Bowl.
You think so?
They're the only teams that have depth.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think in the NFL now, more so than that. Well, no, it's always been this way. Teams that have depth are gonna. That's how I feel like every Super Bowl team wins.
What do you feel about the Chiefs? Like if you do face them, the Ravens, like how do you feel about that matchup?
I feel good about it now. In the last 2 years, Harbaugh outcoached himself against Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of mistakes that he's been doing the last few years, where he would go like the last game they played, they lost by like I think 6 or so points or some shit, and we went for it on 2 4 downs. That could have been field goals. But now I feel like I don't know what it is. It's just for some reason Harbaugh can't win in Arrowhead lately, so that's my only concern with that. But if they're gonna be at home in the playoffs, but it's Pat Mahomes, you can't.
Yeah, fucking Pat Mahomes.
He makes every throw. He did that one where he looked to the right and threw to the left, like 30 yards downfield.
Right. Damn.
But no, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how it breaks down in the end and shit.
I mean, regardless, none of it's gonna matter. That trips me out about sports. People get serious about it, and then it's just like, dude, by next year, you guys aren't gonna care.
Right.
Even if your team wins, everyone's gonna be like, dude, blah 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 blah.
Oh man, fuck, bro. Like, what's coming up for you as far as like comedy and your beat making stuff? Like,
we still have Hip Hop Anonymous. That's every first and third Friday.
First and third Fridays, all right.
Hopefully by next month we're getting Beats and Tables back on going. And then comedy, sure, probably just you're gonna just whenever. I don't know. I don't.
You getting booked for anything coming up?
Not right now. No.
Not right now. Okay.
I've been kind of focusing on music lately.
Yeah.
It's been kind of tugging more towards music. Which I mean, I guess that's what happens when you start hosting a bi-monthly event.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Like,
But no, we actually, my bad. We have one in Sacramento. Me and my friend were starting to do these house shows that it's like there's an hour of comedy but music all around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I totally forgot about
Oh,
that
okay,
because
okay.
it's some stuff we just started doing.
That's what's up.
We
Man.
did one a couple months ago, and it's kind of like a trial run to see what we could do with it. And then he wants to get one going.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, a lot of the events we're doing are so new to the point where like I don't even know how to talk about it half the time. It's like, oh, I think we're doing this, but we're not. Yeah, because when I try to do a comedy thing, come to find out, everybody knows me for that knows I do music too, and
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, dude, a lot of comedians actually fuck with the idea that I do music and shit.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. Shit. Shit. We're gonna put up your links in the description later
Okay.
on. What's a good one to use?
Just my Instagram. It
Just your
has
Instagram.
yeah. If you go on there, I have my link tree, so literally everything I do is in my bio.
Yeah, definitely. We'll fucking do that. And
Yeah. Oaken DP. That's
yeah, yes, sir.
it's not double penetration. It's dead potential.
Oh man.
No, that DP thing is so funny.
Oh man.
Because the whole idea, is like, oh, we all have potential, but you don't use it, so everybody's dead potential.
Well,
until
lucky it wasn't a DT, fucking deep throat or something. Double penetration. These are
or
hey.
DTP. All right.
Oh hey. Yeah. Oh,
You're
man.
right, man. He's a filthy motherfucker. This I make one little double penetration joke, and now he's talking about deep throating.
Hey, did you hear me last night at Poppy's in the beginning when I was talking about Jordan's mom?
Okay, what does she look like? You and everybody else was talking about like is this like a running joke that you guys saw her one time? And
Well, you know what? I mean, no disrespect to Jordan's mom. A lovely lady, I'm pretty sure. No, she used to go out there, I think, a couple times, and
so you guys, he let his.
yeah, and he
Oh.
would bring in his actually his grandma came.
But hold on, is his mom attractive?
You know what?
Maybe I shouldn't ask. Yeah,
no, don't ask. Well, don't ask me.
Well, no,
ask someone else. But you know
Yeah.
what? She sounded nice. I'm assuming so. You know.
No, everybody
Shut-
kept. Yeah, it felt like he got. But also, you can't bring attractive mom around comedians.
Oh man, yeah. No, I know. You noticed that too.
Well, everybody kept jabbing at him,
jabbing
and,
at him.
and I wanted to ask, like, well, what does she look like? But I didn't
Uh,
know if it was just like it was like something that he got bothered by because one person said it, and then it
Yeah.
just
Well, I think we just went on that riff. I think last night. So.
like, does she have big tits? Is that what everybody's going?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well, no, because the way he was being offended, it seemed like she is attractive, and he's gotten this his whole life, and then
Probably a cougar. I don't.
oh, is she hitting on it? Okay, all right.
No, I don't know. Jordan, bro, we love
Yeah.
you, man. Poppies is amazing.
I only want to know what your mom looks like for reference. I don't care. I just need to understand what everybody's talking about.
Oh man, fucking Neiko, thank you, bro.
Oh
for
yeah,
coming
dude.
in,
Oh,
man.
dude, yeah.
Shit, it was fun times. Definitely enjoyed your comedy and fucking your music. So yeah.
No, yeah, likewise, man.
Thank you. Definitely shit. Hit him up on Instagram. We'll definitely post that shit up on.
Yeah, I mean, I have everything, but Instagram is the main one I use.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do this. Once again, thank you, bro. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. All right,
Is
peace.
that? Okay.